And hi, how are y'all doing? This is my new channel. I've been on YouTube for a while, and I have had a non-monetized channel. It was more as an experiment than anything. You know, when you're not making them any money, they don't want you around. And in fact, if you start costing them money, they'll kick you out real quick. And yeah, I'm gonna start this channel here on YouTube because it's the place where I can make money for now. We'll see how long that lasts. You know, the nature of the internet is there'll be something else that comes along that's bigger, better, more popular. You know, how many people are still on MySpace? Okay, so I'm gonna talk about a lot of different stuff on this channel. A lot of it is probably gonna upset some people. A lot of it is gonna inform some people. I'm gonna try not to get angry. If you see me that appear like I'm angry, it's usually frustration. Very little actually angers me. Disrespect angers me. Unfairness, like obvious unfairness, angers me. But politics, I mean, all that stuff falls into that category. So if I let that make me angry, I would just be angry all the time. So the people are disrespected on a daily basis. The people, anyway. So I want to share a conversation with you guys that I had. It's a good 15, maybe even 20 years ago now. Now I'm 42. In my 20s, I was absolutely what you would call a leftist. Not a violent type leftist. I've always, you know, like they have today, with riots and lootings and all that. No, I was never under that kind of umbrella. Pardon the pun. But I was very anti-government, anti-authoritarian, anti-control, and I still am. You know, people used to call it libertarianism. I never quite liked that label. I don't like labels at all. Labels are for people that like to fall into categories, I think, and I don't. My ideas, my opinions are all over the place, and I don't like to pigeonhole them. So I was having a discussion with my dad. My dad's a lot like me. I'm definitely the product of his teachings. And I noticed one time when I was visiting him, he lives down in Florida, and he's a bit of a hermit. He stays at home and works all the time. He's a workaholic. He works a lot harder than I do. I'll put it that way. I mean, I definitely work hard and work a lot, but I enjoy my leisure time a lot more than he does. But anyway, that's besides the point. I was visiting him, and I was trying to tell him about some of the things that I had learned. You know, this was right about when the Iraq War was going to start. So yeah, it must have been about 2003, I suppose. I'd have to check my calendar on that. But it was around that time, and he was for us going into Iraq, and I was like, well, what does Iraq have to do with anything? They didn't attack us. And he starts talking about 9/11, and I'm like, no, come on, those two things don't connect. The media has done this to us, done this to you. And I noticed he sat around and watched Fox News all day. You know, he would work inside in his office. He does glass and woodworking and stuff. And so he's working in his workshop, and he always had the TV on, and he always had it on either soap operas. I love you, Dad, but you love your soap operas. It would always have it on soap operas or Fox News. And, you know, he was never really watching too intently. It was just kind of like background noise. But Fox News back then was so pro-Bush, so pro-neocon, you know, pro-war, that of course these ideas were put into his head. Anyhow, my dad's still a bright guy beyond the programming that I suspected was going on. And, you know, I kept talking about serious things and this and that, and he got really upset, and he asked me a very profound question. He was like, well, Jesse, what are you going to do about it? Like, you seem to know all this stuff. You seem to be so freaking smart. You seem to pay attention and have uncovered all these things. What are you going to do about it? It kind of hit me. I was like, what? I had to really think about it. I didn't have an answer for him immediately. I had to I had to really think about it. And the next day I came back and I said, you know what, Dad? I thought about what you're saying, and it's changing the way I'm thinking already. And because I was obsessed with the what, and maybe even obsessed with the why, in a way that I saw other people weren't. And but I wasn't interested in solutions, at least not yet. But that question definitely made me start thinking about solutions. Like, what are you going to do about it? And I was trying to boil it down to, a universal answer, not just a specific answer for a specific situation. So I said, Dad, I see a lot of darkness. I see dark people doing dark things and enveloping everybody in this cloud. And I just want to be a light. I just want to be a light in the darkness. And when it's really dark, even the tiniest light shines really bright because it's all there is. And he didn't really have an answer for me. He liked what I had to say, but we still disagreed profoundly on what the differing specific topics back then. It's funny though, over the years we've aligned quite a bit for different reasons. He still likes to watch his Fox News. Though Fox News itself has changed a bit. A lot of it has. Heck, TV itself has changed. TV is the dinosaur that 10 years from now people will wonder why we even bothered watching it. It's already so antiquated. I think it's funny when I drive around and I see televisions on the side of the road that originally cost hundreds of dollars that people used to risk prison to break into homes to get, that probably still work, but nobody wants them. And you can't even donate them. Nobody wants a donation of an old TV. Even a newer TV, because the newer flat screens, they break all the time and then they don't work. If somebody's trying to give you a flat screen, don't take it, because I guarantee you it's broken. Plus, what are you going to watch on it? The news. Look, y'all, I'm going to talk about big ideas on here. This is just my introduction. One thing I wanted to do, just to kind of spice up the channel, is on the very next episode, and you'll see. So this is episode 1 of The Savaging Beast. I'll eventually go into my choices and names there. But for now, we're just going to leave it like that. And this is going to be one of the calmer conversations that I have with you guys. I will get very animated, and like I said, not particularly angry. There was a TV show back in the 90s. I'm not going to mention it. If you know what it is, put it in the comments. But there was a TV show, and one of the characters was very snarky, very sarcastic. And the main character just was very frustrated with understanding when this guy was being sarcastic or not. And he sarcastically said, all right, look, every time I'm sarcastic, I'm going to hold up my hand. That way you know. Me and my friends who were watching this episode, we did this for a while with each other, and it got kind of obnoxious, but I'll try to do that with you guys. I'm going to keep this going. If I'm actually angry, I'll do this, just so you know. You see the palm of my hand? I'm angry. All right? How's it going? The Savaging Beast premiere episode over and out. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, tune in next episode. I'm gonna cut this hair off. I've been growing this for like 2 years. Some pretty girl told me the last time I cut my hair, oh, you cut your hair? You have such pretty hair. Why'd you cut your hair? And I was like, what, girls like my hair? I'm gonna grow it out. Well, this ain't done shit. And it's getting annoying. I'm really getting tired of it. I'm tired of tying it up. I'm tired of it blowing in my face while I'm driving. I'm tired of waking up with a ball of freaking knotty hair that I have to comb through. Yeah, I'm over it. So I'm going to cut this whole rag off the top of my head. And that'll be a fun episode. Maybe I'll get a little upset. Frustrated. Not angry. All right, y'all. Love ya. Mean it.